Hello and welcome to this week's episode of X-Crawl Infinite, which is episode 15. Well, the fact that nobody said anything makes me think that I'm right.
Yep,
Uh,
that's correct.
I'm joined by 80% of the buffoons. Say hello, 80% of the buffoons.
Hello,
80%
80% of the buffoons.
It's my favorite one we've done. I don't know why I like
I
it
like
so much.
calling you all buffoons, and I think the percentage made it chaotic, so I'm on board. Last week, the team was somewhat recovering from their first failure in X-Crawl, a 13th out of 16 at Panic at the Park. We saw some commiserating over drinking. Teddy, who is not with us today, had some interactions with another team. One that had the newest member of Thomas Ridley Ripley Jr. No?
Thomas Ridley Riley.
Thomas Ridley Riley Jr. Okay. I like Ridley Ripley more. I reckon it was that to begin with, and now I've changed it somewhere along the way. And then, more importantly for your team and for the game as a whole, you interviewed 3 coaches, and we see you at. Well, actually, this is an important question because I haven't asked since you branched out a bit. Where have you been training when you've been doing team training? Has it been Teddy's weird little gym?
Yeah, I think when Ron's doing team training, he's most often with Teddy.
Aside from when he's being invited to like team training stuff, I think Milo has actually been signing up for escape rooms.
Okay. All right.
If you tell Zephyr that, she will join you occasionally.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we simply must see that this session.
She enjoys the puzzles.
My question, I think, is more: where are you meeting the coach that you've chosen to hire to tell them that? Are you renting that little office that you keep renting in the workspace to do that?
Over the
Yeah,
phone.
I think at our normal training facility,
Yeah.
i.e. Teddy's weird training facility, is appropriate and wonderful.
Great. Teddy has a damaged vocal cord from a sparring incident that they had, which will explain their absence and the fact that they're not speaking. But you get to the training facility early, presumably, as a team to prepare for this coach coming in. And one of the people that run, definitely you've sort of been semi-introduced to by Teddy as one of the owners, comes up and is like, just throwing this out there, but there have been some complaints because we're not really set up for like the kind of training you're using our like free space for. And it can be a little bit disruptive. I mean, you're welcome to keep using it, but if you could find ideally another place, that would be great. Also, Teddy's the only one that pays for membership here.
Isn't it like
how
a
much is a
guest
membership?
pass system?
Well, it's not so much a guest pass system as Teddy has the keys to get in.
Oh.
How much is a membership?
Like $30 a week.
Oh,
Bruh.
Browns at that.
That is a very competitive gym membership in Australia. So you are
$30 a week?
A week?
Yeah, we were looking at them and they were like $39 for the one that people wanted to go to when I was looking at it last week.
The gym that
It's
I've
like
been going to is
$30 a month.
$50 a month, and I thought that was expensive.
Nah, that's unlucky. Unlucky that I use Australian pricing things.
Right. Well, it's a work thing, so runs will pay.
I would also say categorically this is not a good space for
Yeah.
X-Scroll team training. It's
Yeah.
kind of small. They don't have
Is
private
there-
rooms.
I mean,
I'm gonna
would Ron
Zephyr will start looking stuff up online about if there's any gyms, maybe not dedicated to Xcrawl, but dedicated to like fucking weird CrossFit type shit where they do the weird activities where they need a lot of room.
Oh, you just need a field for that. A field with some tires.
Fields are.
You could do park training.
Oh, ideally, place with
Ideally we have a facility.
mats.
This is Illinois and that means there's winter.
Is the owner still there?
Yes.
Hey, so like, I have a feeling you were kind of just saying that because you were trying to be like polite, but at the same time, we're trying to be firm and being like, "Hey, please leave." Like, are we still good to be here today, or do we need to go now? Like,
No, you like if you had to keep using this space and there was no other option, like Teddy and I go way back, so that's fine. But like ideally you would all have memberships, and then I could say, well, they're all paying like customers, as opposed to what is happening. You're definitely good to stay today. You can make an inside check if you like.
okay. This feels like a hey, you're already in the building, but next time you show up, the doors will be locked type of situation. Ten.
Yeah, you do feel like the next time you all show up, Teddy's key might not work.
Right. All right. Just checking in. Okay. We'll walk back to the group. Yeah, we need a new place.
I mean,
Yeah, you could do it in a park. Zeph, you find some places that will give you like if you want a team membership that like gives you access to a private room at like 22 hours a day, you have guaranteed access to a private room. You could get that for, let me do some quick maths. $500 a month.
Less and a coach. That's not bad.
It doesn't give you access to the Pilates class or the CrossFit class or the Jazz Kwando class.
And 500 a month, and we don't get the Pilates class.
Weirdly,
I
it
don't
says we're still
particularly
signed
care
up.
about the CrossFit class.
So why do we not get CrossFit, but we're still signed up for hot yoga?
Because you need to
No,
stretch your
you
body.
you actually see in the fine print that there is it's specifically, it's called hot yoga in the document, but in the fine print it's called lukewarm yoga.
So just regular yoga.
They don't have a
It's
steam
actually
room.
mandatory. It's
They-
part of the
they
it's
just-
membership.
regular.
It's just a small
it's
room
regular
with no
yoga.
AC.
It's like it's regular yoga, but they use it in the room where their AC's busted.
Yeah.
They intentionally set the ambient temperature of the room to the same as outside, no matter what the temperature is. But yeah, so you can find something pretty easily. It's $500 a month. You can add that to your team costs. But for today, you are in Teddy's little dingy like dance studio / gym. Because if I remember correctly, that this is mirrored like a dance studio as well. And about 10 minutes pass, and early, but not as early as you guys were. Your new coach walks in. Which coach did you hire?
The goblin.
Yeah. Diara.
Diara. She walks in. She's still like wearing a hood and like quite a long cloak. It's a bit more modern styled than like a fantasy traditional cloak. Um, it's almost like a shawl in how it wraps around her. Uh, and everybody make me perception checks.
I'll say as she comes in, Duck, has this big grin that immediately spreads across his face, and he goes, "Hey, coach!"
See
And
what
perceives
Ron
something,
rolls.
probably.
Ron, can we get a perception check?
Oh, sorry, I was.
All right. So the Diara like basically moves into this space almost like someone sneaking in to like uh tomb, like an adventurer. Uh and Duck, you notice them very early. Uh Not because they're not stealthy, but because it looks so professional to somebody like sneaking around. Uh and you notice that it's more uh just like the nervousness of being a goblin in public than anything else. Like uh the way that she's moving through the space. There's only like 3 or 4 people in here, and none of them have noticed him by the time that your coach gets to you. Also, just a reminder, Diara is gender fluid because Charlie chose that, and that is why the pronouns will be all over the place. But Diara, like to Zeph, Diara suddenly appears in front of you, almost like a magic trick, except with no like flashy smoke. The others you just watch Diara like sidle up from an unexpected angle, uh, and the goblin pulls her hood down, uh, and like unclasps the cloak, and it falls open to show like just leggings, athleisure wear, like stuff like that. She's got a whistle around her neck. He says, "Well, okay, this is this is where you train."
Or
For now.
now. For today, specifically.
Uh, she nods, looks around. You've got like a couple of the like body type punch things because I know that you've used them for training before, uh, but not a lot else. And she goes, "Okay, uh, I can work with this. That's fine. Did you want to just jump into some training, or do you want to do some team talk first? How do your trainings normally? How do your team get-togethers normally go? Do you?"
So actually, I think because now we do have you on as a coach, doing some team talk sounds great. Something I'm interested in like thinking a bit more about as well is like targeting training for whatever our next crawl is going to be. And since you're also going to be functioning as a scout, then like maybe the strategy here is like let's talk a little bit. You can assess what we're good at, and then go from there.
Okay. Yeah, cool. All right. What I want to do then, she like goes to stand in basically the middle of the square and like kind of pulls you all with her in that way that a coach just naturally does because they are walking and you all naturally fall in. And she's like, okay, well, everybody. And she looks at all of you, like, does a quick, like, look around at your physiques and stuff. Let's start with some running. I want you to run the square. And she, like, gestures to like, the extreme outside of the square. Then she goes, and while you're running, I'm going to call, I'll blow the whistle and I'm going to call one of you into the center and I'm going to have a chat with each of you. That will give you a break. Who has the best endurance of you all? Because you can be called in last. You get no break.
Look at Teddy.
Probably Teddy.
Teddy.
All right, Teddy has also put the hand up, and the goblin gets okay, great. And she slightly hesitantly, to everybody except for Zeph. Zeph, you think that she's very professional. Slightly hesitantly, she puts the whistle to her mouth and she blows it for you to start running.
Yes, coach.
Okay.
Unleash this like,
Duck is
cardio.
teasing.
Oh, cardio.
All right. So, can everybody roll me an athletics check? I'm not going to roll for Teddy. Teddy can just run for days.
Oh, this is gonna go well.
Why did I crit? That's so stupid.
Just really good at running. You're not good at anything but running. You've got that, like, you know.
I am a
That-
short
I forget that
distance sprinter.
she did track in high
Like
school and I had
cross
completely
country.
forgotten that.
Yeah, that cross country thing. Can I use? I guess it only lasts for 10 minutes. I was gonna ask. Can
I will
use
say that your
Fearless Athlete?
peerless athlete is always on for like this kind of non-focused training, so you can always use it for non-focused training. If you're doing something very difficult, then it's not on. Like you have to choose to use it then. Great. Ron, you've only just started running when the whistle goes and she calls you in.
Okay. Like, look around.
Like you've done like 3 laps. It doesn't even feel like you've started getting into the rhythm of running yet.
Yeah.
And she brings you into the middle and she's like, okay, so since our meeting, I watched all of your crawls. You're obviously like a frontliner and you do a lot of the damage for the team. What's an area that you think you need to work on in training?
He kind of thinks about it for a while. Says, I mean, I don't know. I feel pretty well rounded. I guess it maybe moving faster. We've had a lot of challenges where like speed, like being able to run faster would be a better, or sword skill. He's kind of like really thinking about it. And is kind of actually unsure.
She nods and says, yeah, look, I think that you are technically the most Are you doing your training currently in plate? This is out of game.
I had unless they told me to put it on, I had pictured myself in like 80s 90s style male workout attire. So like
Sure,
a gray sweatshirt of some kind, short shorts, and a sweatband. That is
Yep.
a terrible color.
Okay. She says, okay, I think that we could definitely work on your your speed at and mobility in general, like lateral movement and stuff, plate can be hard to wear. Kind of makes sense why you're running so easily now, since you do whole crawls in plate. But yeah, I've got some ideas for what we can do in terms of uh, maybe something working with you and Duck that can do like a joint training. Um, also, I don't know how your team operates in terms of like leadership and stuff. It feels to me like Zephyr doing a lot of the like bookwork stuff, which is cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Kind of a mixed bag, I guess, right now. Like Zeph does most of the out of crawl legwork stuff. Me and Teddy help out with that sort of. And then we all kind of plan together more or less. And in crawl, we kind of just all do call outs, but there's no like defined team, you know?
hmm. Okay. Sometimes it helps to have a captain who everybody instinctively hears in those hard moments. If you had to vote for the captain of your team, who would you vote for? And I want you to send it to me privately.
Um,
And
this is just a Ron. Just I'm sending this to you, yes? Or is this everybody is
yeah, everybody might get asked,
okay?
but currently Ron is being asked. But you can think of it like you give your answer. It's not like you just have
Yeah,
to give
yeah,
me a
yeah.
one-word answer. I just want the answer in private. And then she sends you back out running. Uh, a few more laps have gone by. You've done maybe 8 by now. Duck and Milo, your legs are starting to hurt. You both realize how much of a sprint crawls are, because you're into like the second minute of running and it's hurting. Zeph and Ron are fine. Teddy kind of barely looks like they're running. Uh, and the whistle blows, and Milo and Duck, you both, I think, kind of want it to be you that gets called in, but it's Zephyr. Uh, and Zephyr, you come up. DR says, "Good form. I mean, you're basically running in what you would be crawling in, so
Yeah, and kind
must
of
be
I
pretty
kind of forget
comfortable."
that I did do I did track in high school, so it's just kind of used to it.
Mm, that's good because while the others might in crawls end up standing still and trading blows, you're going to be moving a lot to get the most out of your spells. Um, I watched the tape of your various crawls, uh, and I wanted to know what you wanted to focus on in training, what you thought you needed to get better at.
I think I need to work on situational flexibility. I feel like I've had, at least in Panic at the Park, I feel like I had like a really good moment, and then the rest of the time I couldn't do anything, or what I was doing wasn't helpful. I don't know if that means I need to start training with a weapon, but I don't think I'm gonna. I mean, I have my staff. I don't think I'm gonna be very good at that, so I don't know. So maybe as a backup,
Yeah,
so I can.
well,
Yeah.
it's finding ways to feel like you always have options. Like Brun's option is always going to be hit the nearest thing, and as you get further and further away from the front line, those options need to be more flexible. Uh, so we can look at that. We can look at maybe watching some tape of old crawls and seeing some creative use of spells to get through things.
Yeah, that'd be
Um,
great.
I would also, I think, just in general, love to see you like. This is like not so much a like fundamentals thing, but I think in terms of crawls and like the artistry of it, you want to try and be more confident in your spell casting as you do it. You want to
I
like
really
pop out
wasn't
from
this last
behind a
time.
wall. Yeah, you want to pop out from behind a wall and you want to throw scorching rays and like even if they miss, try and miss like with
Flashily.
confidence, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're fighting a bunch of spiders. Aim your scorching ray so if it misses, it catches some of the cocoons on fire. That kind of
Mhm.
stuff. Because then you feel like you can. Then it makes the crowd think that you're contributing, even if all of your like rays miss or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
so you obviously do a lot of like the bookkeeping and stuff like that. How does your leadership work as a team? Because I'm trying to work out where like I slot into that. Are you looking for me to be like a taskmaster that tells you exactly what to do and like
Mm,
I'm in charge, or do you have a captain?
I don't think. I mean, so far it's kind. I the reason I do all the admin work is because that's how um or that's I was trained by our initial sponsor in the formation of our team um, to take over for him after he ended or no longer worked was going to be our sponsor once we got into the space. So I manage the admin stuff for right now. We might look into getting somebody to do that for us in the future, but for right now, I feel like I can handle it. Um, in terms of in the crawls, I feel like it's been kind of a tag team of Duck and Ron kind of shouting out where we need to be going next and making important call outs and that kind of thing for the most part. Occasionally, when we have, for example, uh, Milo has found like doors open, that happens, of course, but generally speaking, Duck and Ron are the two who do the most of that kind of
Okay,
work.
so if you knew going into the Joliet jailbreak that at the end of that first tunnel, the path split in two, who would you
Mm,
want making the decision on which direction to go? And you can send me your answer privately.
okay.
Uh, and then you get sent back out running. And the running this time lasts a long time before the whistle. It's been like 10 minutes of like pretty hard running. Not hard running, but pretty consistent running. Ron, Teddy, and Zep are like lapping you guys a couple of times now. Until finally the whistle blows. And Duck and Milo, your reprieve is about to be here when you hear Teddy's name get called out.
Milo has attempted to like start slipstreaming behind Duck.
You know that only works if you're outside, right?
Shh.
Zep says while just zooming past you. The conversation between Teddy and Diara is not as short as with Ron or Zeph. Teddy needs a little bit more direct coaching. But shortly after Teddy comes back out, the whistle blows, and Duck, you are called in.
Hey, coach, what are we talking about?
Make a Constitution saving throw. That's too much energy.
It is way too much for after having run for who knows how long.
He took the first round a little too fast because he was like, I'm running bases. That was not what we were
Yeah, because it
doing.
was a square. Whoop. Yeah, just keep in mind that Duck is tired. This whole conversation. Tiara watches for a minute and goes, "Okay, well, I've watched all of the tapes of your crawl so far, and I'm interested in what you thought you needed to focus on in training. Was there something that you a skill that you wanted to develop or a fundamental that you wanted to work on?"
So I think I am most like interested right now. He pulls out a Powerade and starts sipping on it during his reprieve. Trying to find more like ways to be thinking about enabling the rest of the team to like do the things that they want to do in like cool ways and not just swinging and hitting myself, you know?
Interesting. Uh, do you have a ranged ability in your arsenal?
I just recently started working on adding in some baseball pitches, but that has like not been tested. And I'm gonna be honest, my I haven't really been practicing throwing recently. But I did used to be a pitcher, so hopefully that's like a muscle memory sort of thing.
Okay, I've got an idea for some training that you and Ron could do. Because I wanted, having seen the crawls, I think having that ranged option would be good. But yeah, we can definitely work on you having the ability to do some setup to help the others land bigger hits and things like that. Tell me how the leadership of your team works. Zeph does the bookkeeping stuff, it seems.
Yeah, and I think we've done like a pretty good job of making sure that like we come together as a team and like we talk about like sort of what direction it is that we want to go. Uh and that's actually sort of like why I was hoping to get a coach in so we could have like a bit more directed, this is like what we need to be thinking about from like a high level sort of deal. And then again, obviously like Zeph is like super fucking smart and has been like handling the management tasks and super appreciative of that. But I do think we make like a lot of calls as like a sort of a collective, and that's been like really cool and fun.
Sure. I mean, that's a good way to do it. It means that everybody feels like they're part of the team. Nobody's just like getting carried along. But in a crawl, who would you feel most comfortable to be the one calling stuff out? If, say, the roof was collapsing, and you had a split second to decide between, like, trying to stop the roof collapsing and ducking out through a door, who would you want to be the person making that call? And you can also send me the answer privately. And then after that, she's like, "Do you just carry that Powerade around the whole time you were running?"
Yes, coach. Should I not be coach? I'm so sorry.
No, it must be uncomfortable to just be carrying a full bottle of like drink with you.
Yeah, I've got my
Within
Powerade
the pocket.
here. I got a couple of snacks down in this pocket. You gotta be fueling your body and thinking about how you're doing that.
Maybe just for your running form, try to take all of the snacks and bottles out of your pockets.
Yes, coach. And he will do that. And I think he goes, can I run to
Put
the
them anywhere.
cubbies to go put this in? Okay. And then I'll get back into
Yeah.
the running circle.
Of course. Tiara watches you sprint off with like all of your stuff. But however long you take to do that adds to Milo's running time. Until finally the whistle blows and Milo, you can make me a Constitution saving throw.
Let's see. Not much better.
I mean, you have the natural constitution of a dwarf, but really, this is a lot of running. You
If there's
coming to the
if there's a
center.
water fountain in between, like if there's a easily convenient water fountain that he could stop at before getting to the center of the circle, he would approach that at like a dragging his foot, like almost trip pace, and would just dunk his head under the running thing for a second and then run to the center.
Okay. Diara watches you doing that. Everybody like runs past you at this, like as you trudge to this water fountain. And Diara says, so I watched all the tapes. Does not comment on your running whatsoever. But says, I watched all the tapes. And I was interested in what you thought you needed to work on in training to get like the best out of yourself. If you had something that you wanted to work with as a fundamental or to learn something new, that we could work into the team training.
I mean, mostly what I feel like I need to do better on is kind of everything. But if I need to narrow that down, doing like puzzles faster or like being more contributive to that, since that's like it kind of was like my job. I thought when we started, and I felt like I didn't really do that much in the last crawl. I also didn't feel like I was contributing much to like helping with like ranged things. That's why I like got the guns in between the two, and that helped. And I'm still practicing with those. Hopefully that keeps helping. And then like I know a bit of magic and stuff, and I saw like some of the recordings of like other teams and stuff of like how they have some magics that like can help mitigate things like familiars and stuff like that. And I think like if I worked a bit on that or focused a bit on that, I could probably do a bit of that without changing up too much of my stuff.
Okay. Yeah, it's always hard to be like the person tasked with dealing with the traps and reading the riddles and stuff. But I think in that last crawl, if you'd taken a beat to think about what you were doing, then maybe you would have been able to see what you needed a bit quicker than going through everything. But I don't know. Anybody else could have also done that. Like everybody else could have seen the thing. So yeah, I have some ideas. I think the guns are good because it adds to your range because you are otherwise a little bit melee focused. So adding some range in there is pretty good. And she kind of looks at you and just says, "And who do you think the captain should be of your team?" And you can send it to me privately. You're not the only one that has to say it out loud.
Okay.
And then she sends you back out to run, and you run for like another 10 minutes while she's writing stuff on a clipboard. Even by the end of that, Zeph, you're feeling a little bit like it's certainly a workout. Even though you're not struggling with the running, it's not something you want to do every day to just run for like 25 minutes. She gets you all into the center a little bit after And she says, "All right, are you the kind of team that I tell to take a knee, or do you want to sit down, or do you want to stand? Do you want to be a take a
We
knee team?"
I'm gonna.
can it be sit down? Or can it be like user's choice and then I can sit down?
Sure.
He sits down. More falls down, but sits down.
Wait, coach, can I go get my Powerade again?
Yep. Well, you
Thanks.
can also just leave it anywhere if we're using this space. It doesn't have to be in a. It's just like they watch you run off to go get your Powerade, as everybody else lounges or stands or takes a knee as they wish. Let me check through these things while that comes out. As Duck gets back with the Powerade, DR is like, "Okay, I have come up with some training stuff to finish out the rest of today, and then at the end of the training, I wanted to sit and talk about the next crawl that you guys are all going to do." She outlines a few drills and stuff. One of them is run you put on your plate, and you're doing like the lateral movement thing where you like run zigzags. And she says,
Mhm.
but at the same time as that, Duck, I want you to be trying to hit Run's feet with your baseballs. I mean, ideally you're trying to miss. But you know, do what you can.
Should I actually
will
roll?
help.
Should I roll an Eldritch Blast?
Yeah, roll an Eldritch Blast to just kind of see how well you miss. Beating Run's AC is hard anyway, so you do such a good job of missing. Like, some of them miss by too much, but you narrow it back down. But by the end of the drill, you kind of have ended up that you hit the witch's hat as Run goes past it. And it's more that you're using Run as like a moving target to like set which thing that you hit. And Run, your mobility feels a little bit looser as you're getting used to this like unusual movement in plate. At the same time, Zephyr and Milo, you are tasked with trying to hit Teddy, who is essentially just dancing. Which is to say, Teddy is taking the dodge action every turn, and you guys are just trying to like hit a dodging Teddy. And that's like the start of it, but halfway through, Diara starts calling out like the type of enemy that you are imagining that Teddy is, and things like that for this first little training thing. By maybe a couple of hours past, there's some other drills in there that's like more like Run and Teddy taking hits, like everybody doing like dexterity saving throw like tests, things like that. But you get to the end of the training, and DR gathers you all up and says, "Okay, so there are basically crawls every weekend between now and the Seattle Pin Drop, which is like the mid-season thing for X-Crawl. That's what everybody wants to get into. You guys are already a good way to getting in there. You probably need to win at least one more crawl to guarantee it, or do well in 2 or 3. Were you looking to do a crawl this weekend? Have you got one booked?
I don't think we have one booked right now. Are there any that like you saw that you thought we should like go ahead and hop on, or should we like take some time to like try to spin our wheels back up?
Look, you guys are good at fighting, and there is a fighting crawl this week. And she like, she's got like a tablet. She clicks away a bit at it, and she shows you that there's like a crawl in Chicago. That's it's called like it's actually just called Chicago Crawl 3, and it's like one that runs every year. And she says this one normally is a bit more like combat heavy, which would be good for you guys to like get back into the groove. Given you're good at fighting, it's your wheelhouse. But more time off gives you a little bit more time to prep and get to like solidify some of the stuff that we're working on, and it gives me more time to scout the next call that you do. But I would normally suggest you book them all that you want to do. Gonna want to do.
How long do we have until the invitational thing? The
It's
big one?
8 weeks.
Yeah, I personally think that something to like boost our confidence this weekend would be like a good call also. So I would be in favor of taking this one on.
And how's that work exactly? Do we have to like? You said we like win or place highly in a couple. Is this like if we win one, and then we do bad in like 3, are we still gonna get in because we won
You're
the one?
accruing. Yeah, you're accruing points towards like your D division ranking. So you've already earned. She doesn't have the numbers off the top of her head. She probably
That's
does.
fine.
I don't. She's like, you want 100 for winning the Kiradale Open. You want 100 for winning the Joliet Jailbreak, and then you got like 4 for coming 13th.
Yeah.
Okay. You just need to get over 300. So coming second might be worth 50 in most rolls. So if you come second a couple of times, if you come third a few times, but winning is the easiest way to do it.
Amron's kind of maybe like is anybody injured? Or Ron will see.
Teddy does have a lingering injury. Let me see.
It's the shoulder still, right?
Yep.
But that's mostly fixed.
It's still got at least a couple of weeks. Assuming that Teddy's been going to a doctor, it's still got like this week it won't be fixed, but the week after it probably will be.
-2.
And I think Teddy had been going to get it checked out.
Yeah, I remember when they went to the physio and they get paid. I don't know.
Mm.
It was expensive. I remember.
Yep.
Appropriately American. Yeah, this is weird because Charlie's not here. Ron would defer to Teddy, but I assume Teddy would be like, "Yeah, let's do it." So
yeah, Teddy will say that
Ron would be
that they're fine.
Yeah, if Teddy's good, then I think we should do it.
Okay. Like she immediately starts tapping away to like put in your team straight away because she says normally within a week is a little bit tight to be booking a crawl, but we'll see if they have any spots left. And whoever would like to can roll me a d20. Probably not Kristen, based on the rolls thus far.
I got this.
Do it, Chris. Yay.
Noise.
Yes, they absolutely have. They've got like 3 or 4 slots left still. It happens that this one of the reasons that this has more slots left is because like Illinois is one of the like starter areas for Division D, and it tends that people will move away. So this is like a little bit lighter on the prize money and stuff like that, but still worth the same amount of points. So she taps it away and then hands the pad to you, Zephyr, to fill in the rest, since you have all of the things.
Mhm.
And she says, and I'm sure you realize by now, but I talked to all of you about like the leadership and stuff because it's very good to have a team that all kind of has their own role and works together and discusses stuff and things. But in the heat of the moment, sometimes you need to know who to follow. And also, it helps me if you have somebody operating in that role of like a captain, because if I see something, instead of having 5 conversations, I can have one conversation knowing that the captain is respected enough by all of you to be the person that will like be able to dispense this information. Particularly in crawls where I'm not allowed to contact you as easily. There are sometimes, like your last one where you took a break, I might be able to come in for like 30 seconds, and that might be within the rules of the crawl, in which case I can just have a quick chat with the captain.
Noted. Okay.
So put your hand up if you would be happy to be captain.
I'll keep his hand down.
Just duck and run. Just clarifying, because I did not see on the video.
Correct.
Mhm.
Tiara like looks at the 5 of you and genuinely starts like laughing quite a lot. Says, "That's very funny." And she like gets her iPad back, her tablet back from Zeph, and says, "Well." She thinks about it for a bit and goes, "When I asked all of you, one person had more confidence from the rest of the team than everybody else. But since she didn't put her hand up and just looks directly at Zephyr, I'm going to leave it up to you to decide who will be the captain as a discussion between Run and Duck."
Like right now.
Yeah, go.
Oh,
You shouldn't all have voted for someone that didn't want to be captain. That's all on you.
I mean, Ron, if you feel confident like making calls on the battlefield, I am happy to follow your lead.
yeah. My only worry is that I don't know as much about X-Roll stuff. But that's what you guys want to do. I'm happy to do it.
I mean, I can
Teddy is
continue to
nodding in
like
agreement.
I can continue to like watch the crawls like before and after and like give you what I know from that information and like follow you there.
Me,
Being a captain isn't I make all the
Nuts.
decisions.
you should all be
Yeah.
doing that anyway. Tiara says,
I make a good point.
"Watch all the crawls anyway."
I think I'm like fine with either of you being, but like I only have like maybe like one hang up with you. Right? Like, can you give it like it's not necessary, but like sometimes it is good, but can you like give a speech?
I mean, no. Yes, I can. I can. If that's like the important thing, then I'm happy. I think we should have Duck do it. But if it's more about call outs during the match, then I'm happy to do that.
Yeah, like that's fine. I'm not saying like you're bad at that or anything. As I don't know what's necessarily important for a captain to have.
I think this is more about
just
like how we're
when
how we're in a crawl.
when the chips are down, if two people said different things, you'd follow the captain. That's it. Duck can still do speeches. There's a big place for speeches in X-Crawl. Like both during the crawl monologues and pre-crawl inspiration speeches. These kind of things. Or the four of you could just decide to make Zephyr do it. That's equally an option.
That would be funny, but I don't want
I don't.
to make somebody do it.
I'm happy doing the admin work. I don't need to be the captain.
Tiara nods.
All right. You know what, Duck, you be the captain. I've decided. I've changed my vote.
Maybe this can be like a continuing like discussion. And what we need to decide like right now is just who is the point person for talking to Daria
During crawls. And
during
for
crawls.
I think training. Okay.
Who?
So it's
Oh,
Tiara.
Diara.
That's fine.
Yes, sorry.
DR.
I assume Kristen got it wrong, but Duck got it right. Because Duck is very polite. Okay. Duck, you are currently assigned to the position of captain. You can somebody can write this down for me because I don't have a piece of paper available. But Doug, as the captain, you can use a mojo point to let everybody move 30 feet in a direction that they want. Like during the crawl, you can call out to do a thing, and everybody gets their speed movement immediately.
They being
On
the
your
person
turn.
moving, not.
Yes. That will be your captain's mojo.
Milo insight Duck. Real quick.
I'm always on board with interpersonal insights.
Mainly because Milo, I think, is kind of thinking back to the conversation that happened after the crawl. And now Duck being temporarily or like permanently made the captain and is just wanting to see how Duck is feeling about this.
Yeah, I think that like Duck in this moment has like a bit more hesitancy about this discussion than he might otherwise would have. Because he wants to make sure that like everybody is feeling comfortable with like who is doing what. And like not trying to overstep anything in this moment. Duck is also happy to take on the role of captain if that is like genuinely like what the team is in favor of, but is sort of sensing that maybe this is like not a done deal settled thing.
Likewise, Milo would like to insight Ron. Because I'm just kind of sitting on the floor in between these two people.
Hey, go ahead.
Not as good. 13.
You're so insightful.
Um, I think that you are finding Ron a bit hard to read, but you don't think he's being like dishonest about being fine with Duck. But like why that is, or how that relates to the previous day's conversation. So my passive deception or deception is 16. That's why I'm
Okay.
you
Yeah.
quote unquote failed, but I'm gonna give you a little bit.
Ron is hard to read at the best of times. So we're gonna kind of fast forward through this week while I make some coach rolls. But there is stuff happening outside. So after I make this, we're gonna kind of work through the week. But I'm gonna tell you mechanically what you get from your coaching. If I can find the chat box for some reason. Are any of you particularly difficult to coach?
No.
In what sense?
How if
Like
Diara
combative?
gives you an insane a thing that you don't think is a like good drill to do you just do it trusting the coach, or would you like be questioning like whether or not she is giving you like useful drill?
I think Milo at this point in time isn't hard to coach because he doesn't have a lot of confidence currently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Zephyr's easy to coach.
I think Ron, if they were given to, if they were told to do something slightly insane, would ask why, but isn't gonna
Okay,
be combative
Oh.
overly.
that's a no. Well, she's just gonna crush every roll, so that's gonna be good for you guys. All right. She's not a good coach, but she just rolls good. Ron, by the end of the week, it's a hard week of training. Like it is like harder than the athletic output that you do in a crawl by a significant margin. All of you, even Teddy, are going home sore like at the end of every day. But Ron, you find that by Thursday, you feel really good about like your ability to move that little bit quicker in plate mail, and your speed increases by 5 while that is your focus. Zeph, you work with Diara a lot, and it's really hard for you to like get that flexibility in a week. And it's like in the last 20 minutes on the Friday, before you like have to head up to Chicago for the crawl, you find something deep inside you and you manifest a new spell, and you can cast any one first level wizard spell once per day. So you have to pick the spell now. Like you pick the spell that you just manifested, and that is
Okay.
what it is, but it's from the wizard spell list. Milo, you wanted to work on everything, which is really hard. But given that she rolled 5 successes in 5 days, we will work something out. So you are getting used to. You feel you're quicker, and those bonus actions that you now have 2 of feel like it takes some time for you to get used to that. And you just overall feel better than you did last crawl. And you can increase any 2 numbers on your sheet by 1. I don't care what the numbers are, they can go up by 1.
What?
Except proficiency.
Oh.
Except proficiency, which I remembered was the reason I didn't just give you a proficiency bonus. So just find numbers. Oh, also they can't be your ability mods because that's
Oh,
crazy.
Okay. Yeah.
Obviously
Okay.
not that. Your skill based stuff or your initiative or your attack bonus, whatever, your AC.
What
Not
about
the
my-
things
Your
that impact the
level.
bunch.
What about my level?
Your level.
I go
Yeah.
level 6.
You can increase your level by 2, but you will find yourself on Saturday morning possessed by your dad, and you'll have to play as him for the crawl if you choose to do that. And he's not
be
going to
worth
be
it.
helpful to your team.
Might be worth it in the long run, not gonna lie.
Do not increase your level.
I'm not.
Obviously, don't increase your
I'm
level.
not.
And Duck, all of your amazing like pinpoint missing with Eldritch Blast has taught you how to once per day. When you miss with Eldritch Blast, you can let somebody who is within range make an attack roll against the target that you miss. Everybody feel free to note that stuff down. I'm not going to remember it. I'll roll for her scouting as well.
Jack, above board, because I know we've talked about certain spells before. Is something like detect magic going to be a useful thing for crawls, or probably not? I don't remember what
Probably
we
not.
have said before. Okay, that's what I thought.
Everything has magic around it.
That's
So
what I thought.
it's just
Okay.
you'd be blind. Yeah.
That helped.
You and Milo can work together to also make sure you don't
Oh.
pick anything that Milo has.
Jack.
Yeah, Chris, will you let me know what spells you have?
Milo's initiative went up by 1, and he gained a first level spell slot.
Sure.
That's a good.
Yep. I respect that choice. I would have increased the 1 in the 1d8 part of your weapons to 2, but what do I know? Or your sneak attack by 1.
Damn you. Damn you. I didn't know how far this rabbit hole went.
Okay. But during that week, so you're all training really hard. And you are finding yourself paying a little bit more than you had been previously, and you just want a very small amount of money. But what? Everybody roll me a d20. Actually,
What was
but you got +5 speed. Oh, sorry. Should be +10 speed because there were 5 successes.
my
Yeah, because I forgot that the
That's
critical
what I
was 2
thought maybe,
successes when
but-
I did yours. You asked for speed, and there's only a finite amount that I can improve your speed before it becomes
Fair.
absolutely broken.
50 speed.
Zeph,
This is just for
what are
the
you?
next one.
No, it's as long as this is what the focus of your training is. Like,
Okay.
unless she has a real bad week of training, but it would have to be very bad. Zeph, what are you focusing on in your downtime this week? You're still living on Mia's couch?
Hmm. I think looking for her own apartment again.
Okay, roll a d20.
She loves Mia, but does feel at this point that she is imposing.
Sure. You find quite a nice you find not quite a nice apartment. There's a couple. There's one in the Pearl Wall, which tends to be where like the taller buildings in the city are. And there's one in the Grey Square. Both of them are a little bit on the small side compared to Mia's 2.5 bedroom apartment and your 2.5 bedroom apartment with Elliot, but they're both
Mhm.
within your budget, which means that we don't even have to discuss the money. One of them is on the 7th floor, the one in the Pearl Wall, and the other one is like a 3-story building, and you're like, you are in the nicest apartment on the 3rd floor of that if you take that one in the Grey Square.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, let me close.
There's like a
this.
little roof access that you could let your cat up onto the roof if you were willing to do that. I don't know how Zephyr is with roofs.
Could you unpause the game? Just
Fine.
Yes.
Yeah, I think she'd take the one in Gray Square.
The nicer one. It's like
Mhm.
there's a little garden up there that has been kind of picked clean, but there's place to do gardening, things like that. You go to the house inspection like on the afternoon on Monday, and it's like an immediate availability, so you're like able to move in that week if you want to. And if you do that, are you going to have a housewarming party? All right. And are you going to invite your team to your housewarming party? Great. That will come up on Thursday night, I think. Ron,
yes.
you are training reasonably hard. What are you doing in your downtime beyond on one of the days you have to go and do your voice line recording?
Um, what's the projected winnings?
If you win $30,000 and 10,000 gold, all the way down to 24th because it's a 24 team crawl, and 24th is you win $1,000 and 1,000 gold.
Um, Ron's gonna go out and he's realizing that he actually has quite a bit of money. So he's gonna go out and buy new.
Okay. New clothing that is very high end. Do you want to find a tailor to go to, or do you want to just
Uh,
off screen buy some clothes?
he's not buying like expensive suits per se, but just like re- yeah, I think he just wants to buy some clothes. He's like replacing a lot of stuff that um like is fine, but he wants to replace it with like new brand names. So like the latest
Okay.
whatever shoes.
All right.
I guess it's still Nike. Did we say that?
Yeah, probably. Roll a d100.
Yeah, like he heads over to the LL Bean and to
Yeah, the same style, but every shirt is now worth 5 times as much.
Yes, exactly.
Great. Yes, you do that. Nobody recognizes you. You can spend however much of your money you would like to spend on that, and then tell me how much you're spending.
He's gonna drop like $3,000 on clothes and like massage and mani pedi. Like he just is gonna get himself fixed up.
Sure. Roll me a d3.
One.
All right. Your expenditure of wealth has made your fame go up.
Yeah.
You people are noticing you in the fashionable part of town. There's some whispers of people who are like, Who's that? Is that some kind of actor? Is he here for a project?" And then somebody's like, "No, it's like, Maddie, that's a crazy choice. Sure, that's fine. You have access to all the wizard spells. You're looking for flexibility, and you took Burning Hands, but ice. That's crazy.
No, no, I might change. I think I fucked my filters up. Hold on. Oh, I did.
Take a
Never mind.
spell.
I fucked it. My filters are fucked up. Hold on, my filters are fucked up.
You can also
That's very funny.
Mr. Jack said at the beginning you take spell.
Checking the expenditure sheet. Didn't Milo spend like $500 on like Indian food?
Yes.
That sounds right. I think
Yeah.
it was 5, but
Thai food, okay.
I thought it was 300.
Yeah.
I don't think it was 500.
We're not. I'm not updating other people.
That's your stuff.
That's yours.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not gonna give you plus fame for an obscene amount of Indian food. That's not how that works. Duck, you are now training in Kiradale. You live a long way from Kiradale. What is your plan for that?
He spends a lot of time commuting. He's living on the bus.
Yeah, basically, it's a 3-hour bus trip there and back, and you're just like 6 hours a day on the bus for this training.
I mean, he at some point he goes, okay, where is the bus parking? I will just live in the bus and then go home on the weekends.
Oh, like live in your bus? Yeah, that's fine. You can do that.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Does
Oh my god.
anybody else realize that Duck is doing this at any point?
Does anybody else have a reason to go to the bus during the week?
No.
Is there a percentage die I can roll of at some point Milo deciding to take a nap on the bus? Because that seems like a Milo thing to do if he went out drinking or something.
It's like
But I don't think it's
parking, so it's not really close to anywhere.
I don't think it's a high percentage.
I want to say yes, but
You
I
can roll a
can't think of any reason.
D1000.
A
You can
D1000.
roll a D1000 for Milo to just randomly be getting drunk near Periox's parking lot.
Yeah, the only
But I need
reason
to
I
hit one.
Say you need a 3 or lower.
Zephyr's
On a
too busy
D1000.
moving.
Yeah, the only
Definitely
reason
not.
Don would is if he like forgot something. But I don't want to just.
No. So no, none of you realize that Doug is sleeping on the bus, which is, to be fair, quite a nice bus. How many days do you commute before you go to sleeping on the bus?
I think he tries to commute for like three days in a row, and then goes, "No, this is simply too much." Or I'm missing out on like daylight and like time I could be spending like doing like more research and like working with coach directly.
Yeah. Okay. Roll me a d20 just to see if you have a fun bus interaction. About so it's like the buses also don't. It's not like training ends and then a bus immediately is available. It's like training ends and then a bus is like 95 minutes later, which is just an awkward amount of time to be doing anything. So the sun is going down as a small like with all love and respect in the world for this NPC, a raisin as a human sits down next to you. They are maybe in their mid 90s. Their face is more wrinkled than skin at this point. Like it's all deep crevices and lines. And they're like, "You're that boy, the duck,
Uh,
the baseball
yes.
star."
Yeah. I guess that is me. It's I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
Marjorie.
Marjorie, it's so nice to meet you, Marjorie. Are you a baseball fan? Did you like, or did you know that I
saw
play? You're an X-Crawl
I saw
fan.
you on X-Crawl at the Kiradale Open.
Oh yeah, and I was using, still sort of deck myself out as like a
My
baseball player.
husband used to be an X-Crawl player.
Oh really? Like what type of like what style?
The fighting style. He would be a punchy man.
Oh man, those are like I've really liked all of like the fighty punchy like X crawlers that I've gotten to meet. They're all like they've got their like a good head on their shoulders, and just like generally pretty solid people. Um, does he still watch X crawl?
No, he died.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, ma'am. How are you? Like, do you still watch X? I guess you do since you watch the Caradel Open.
Yes, no need to be sorry. He was a bad husband. He was always doing X-Crawl things.
Oh yeah, you got to be careful to like make sure that like the hobbies don't overtake sort of like the bonds that we have in our life and like our other sort of like duties to each other. So again sorry that was your experience. What are you doing out here on this fine evening? That wasn't a thing that Duck would say. He would ask that, but not like that.
My granddaughter was graduating in the city, and I'm on my way home.
Oh, where is she graduating from?
The Caradale University.
Oh, that's so cool. Congratulations to her. Like that's like such a big deal to like have a college degree. Are you taking a bus home? Are you like waiting to get picked up?
This happens when you're already on the bus. You're already
Oh,
going
we're
for a
already
ride.
on the bus.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you can rephrase that.
rephrase that. So where is home for you?
Oh, I live in I forget what the name of your city is, but she lives in the same town.
Okay, so we'll be getting off on like the same stop. That's like really fun. Maybe you know my family, the Mallards.
The Mallards?
Yes, ma'am.
And she does like a sign of us against you and goes, "Oh, unholy Mallards." And she
Oh,
slides
no.
out of the seat and starts hissing at you.
Oh, well, it was nice to meet you. I'm sorry if my family did something.
A curse on you.
Congratulations to your granddaughter.
She sits down just across from you still and is just side-eyeing you the rest of the trip.
Duck takes it in stride. He's not worried.
Great.
standard bus interaction.
Yeah, there's very few good bus interactions you could have had, to be fair. They were all pretty bad. But by Thursday, actually Thursday makes sense because it's Zephyr's home housewarming. So like, if you wanted to go to that, you'd have to find somewhere to sleep in the city. Maddie, can you send me a guest list for your housewarming while we go through what Milo gets up to during the week?
I think he would actually run by find a way to like run it by the coach Diara first of like, hey, in my own head I thought this was a good idea, but now that we have someone who's like kind of professionally telling us what to do, should I maybe do escape rooms as a way to get used to like dealing with puzzles and stuff?
Definitely. That sounds like a really good idea. I nearly gave her Marjorie's voice. Sounds like a really good idea. You should take anyone else that wants to do it with you.
All right. Milo would then send out to just like the group chat of like, hey, I'm gonna be like hard focusing into like a couple of escape rooms this week, so probably like 2 or 3. If anyone wants to join and try to increase our puzzle deduction.
Does anybody take do you all go to an escape room together? I think is the important question for me.
I think Duck certainly
already
is
said I
going
was
to
gonna
one of
go.
them.
That goes to
What,
one
are
of
you
them.
also going to an escape room?
If
If
no
here's
one-
what happens.
if-
Ron spends most of the day like he gets the invite. He spends most of the day like not replying, and then like an hour before, 2 hours before, he's like, "Yeah, I guess I'll go."
I would say, if no one goes to the first one with Milo, Milo would then individually message people and just like, hey, I didn't realize it was kind of sad going to these alone. It kind of feels weird. Like, can someone please come with me?
People go to the first one. I think people go to the first one. I think that's too sad. I think totally we can't allow that to happen. Okay, so Wednesday night is the escape room. Thursday night is the housewarming. Milo, you do also get a call from a number that you don't recognize.
My phone say like the auto spam thing on it.
Just roll a d20 to see how lucky you are. I nearly told you because I thought that was a 20. No, it doesn't.
Okay, well, Milo answers it. Hello?
It's like, hi, did you order like $300 of takeaway Thai food from us quite recently? This is Tinily, I see.
Oh, yeah.
Great. And are you Milo Docketer?
Why?
Like the X-Crawl person?
Yes. Did
Great.
something bounce? I can like go pay it.
No. We noticed like you ordered a lot of food from us and like you left us a good review and we noticed that and you're like an up and coming celebrity and we were wondering if you wanted to come to an opening for our second location in Chicago next Tuesday as like a celebrity.
Oh. Yeah, sure. I think I'll actually be in Chicago around that time anyway.
Great. Do you have an agent that we should talk to or do you have a like appearance fee?
Rapid fire sending a text to both I think probably both Zephyr and the are like hell.
Yes.
The art does not respond. It's not her.
Yeah.
It's not her jurisdiction to tell you
Yeah,
how
fair,
to
fair,
live
fair or
your
not, but it's
life.
like worth a shot.
Yeah. Fine.
Yeah, Zephyr just like, do I have an appearance fee?
Yeah. $100.
You say 500.
300. But you can say
300.
500.
Milo, Arena. Oh yeah, sorry. I was just trying to respond to me. 300 for the appearance fee, but
Oh, great. Do you want the 300 in food?
No. Zephyr will say that. Zephyr will text you saying it's $300 for an appearance fee. Only in money, not gifts.
is it food and drink?
Yeah, like if you come on Tuesday, you'll have a table. We'll put you at the front so people can see you. We'll give you basically an unlimited tab or 300 cash, whichever you prefer.
Unlimited tab sounds nice.
Great. They don't have an enormous amount of alcohol, so it's not going to really like kill their business. But great, they set up that time with you.
Look, Milo's making big deals. A lot of movement. A lot of big movement out here.
Yeah, Ron made $4,000 doing an ad. You're making the food that you eat at a Thai restaurant for an appearance. Okay, so that's it up. We will. Let's take our break now and come back on the hour so I can see if I can mechanically think of a fun escape room for you guys to do.
Okay.
Dude, just have us do blueprints.
Yeah, we just play blueprints.
We will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Hello and welcome back to the second half of this session of X-Ball Infinite. A distracting. We are going to jump right back into it as Wednesday night rolls around and you are outside a reasonably well-known escape room in Kiradale. It's called Tales from the Sneezing Portal, and it's all adventure themed. You walk in, Milo. Did you book in advance, or are you just winging it as Milo tends to do?
That
There's a human behind the counter who you would charitably say is 15. And they are listening. They have AirPods in as you walk in.
Milo, are they like leaning on a counter or anything?
They're sitting behind a counter, drumming their long fingers. To the sound
Milo
of
will
music.
just reach like a hand over and like knock in a visible area to them.
Ah! They take off their earbuds. Sorry, I didn't see you come
it-
in.
It's cool. It's cool, dude. Is there any rooms open?
Do you have a booking?
No.
We only have the premium room available.
Fuck.
Fuck in the background was perfect timing.
What?
How much is the premium room?
Oh, it's the same price as all the rooms. It's just the hardest one.
Oh,
So it's $60 and you get an hour to solve it.
Great. Yeah, sure, that works.
You're allowed one call for help.
it? Okay. I'll pay for it.
It's harder. That makes sense.
All right. He stands up. His whole body is slightly too long. Like he's in that gangly phase of being a teen. But also as he stands up, you actually think that maybe he's like 18. He leads you over to a door and says, "Right this way." And he like leads you all in, and it's a very like normal looking room. It looks kind of like a break room. There's a pool table in the center. There's some stuff on the walls. There's a area to the back, and he says, "Both rooms are part of the experience. Do you have any questions?"
Can we break stuff?
What's the theme?
No, it's not a break room. It's a premium theme. Everything's luxurious.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
just real quick, it looks like your name tag came off. Like some of the letters have peeled out. What was your name again?
Ben,
Oh my god, it is Ben. He remanifested.
he lives in every world all at once.
Cool, thanks, Ben.
Okay. Good luck. And he closes the door, and you hear an ominous lock. And as you hear this lock, the room begins to glow with a arcane energy, and everything in the room becomes hazy for a moment, and then remains exactly as it was before.
How much time do
Okay.
we have for this?
1
An
hour.
hour.
An hour.
An hour. Okay.
The usual amount of time.
Yeah, Ron looks
Okay.
for the
Ron, have
hardest
you never
So
done an
there's-
escape room before?
No, Ron's never done escape room.
So there is
Can
a
I-
pool table in the middle, a couch against the left wall, a desk upon which there is a telephone, a date book, stationery, and then above it a calendar. Then there's two bookshelves with books not filling it, but across both. And then there's a back room that currently has no light on.
Duck turns to Milo and goes, "Okay, man, this is like your whole thing. How do you want to divide us up? How do you want to like start thinking about it?"
Okay. Ooh. Okay, it's a lot of pressure. All right, let's look for any numbers, just numbers in general. It seems like there's dates, calendars, a phone that we can maybe call stuff on. Is there any visible numbers anywhere?
There's so many visible numbers. Everybody make me an investigation check for numbers.
Investigation, you say?
Yes.
Oh, it's not bad.
Oh, it was almost an 18, but it's a 2.
Fine, I got an
Uh,
18.
Ron
I
and
got an
Milo,
11.
you're looking at the date book and the calendar and like cross-referencing so many dates, and they are all numbers. Zephyr, you look over the pool table. It's set up for 9-ball. Duck, you like look. A lot of the books have numerical like names, where one is like a stone's throw, but the O is like capitalized to make it look like the one. Like a lot of things like that, where there are like puns with different names. One of the books is called the aforementioned tragedy, but 4 is spelt wrong. That kind of thing.
Hey Milo, come take a look at this. Is this anything?
Milo will come in over and look at it. The other thing that Milo would try to immediately sweep in a room, aside from just trying to find things that stand out, like numbers or things like that, is like, in my experience with escape rooms, there's usually a lot of locks.
Yes, I
There
agree.
are 4 gems, 4 gem holes on the door, like leading out. That's where you came from.
Okay,
That look very much like their keys.
so yeah, Milo would come and look at what Duck's holding, see if there's anything odd about it.
Yeah, it's a book called The Aforementioned Tragedy, but it is spelt aforementioned with the number 4 instead of FORE.
Milo will take that as if there's like a center space, like a table that's just kind of like empty. He would put it there. That way, it's like in the center of the room and easy to find again.
Sure. I mean, the pool table is
Yeah.
empty, but for the racked up balls. So.
Okay. Okay, so like the room themes, like extravagance, like fancy stuff. That being the themes, anything stand out as weird to any of you?
You can all make intelligence checks about the theme of the room. Duck, who
Rolled
is
so badly in
a
training.
Duck, who is a savant of escape rooms.
Fair enough.
Bro.
Both Duck and Milo, you look around and you think probably the theme of this room is that there isn't a theme,
Hmm.
and that they just call it the premium room, given it doesn't cost anything extra, so you shouldn't think too much about the theme.
Okay, never mind. No theme. Looking for gems. 4 gem slots on the door. So those are the
Actually,
keys.
I want to retcon that, and you both noticed that there's a book that's called The Threemium Dream, but it's shoved the word 3 into premium. So you think numbers are the theme, despite
Okay.
that making no sense. But I
The
like
the
joke.
books have like the number, like it's like got this 1, it's got the 4, we've got the 3. Or is there any like place to like put in like a code? Bruh.
You can make a check of whatever type you like. It can just be a straight intelligence check if you want to get a potential brainwave.
Now, but what if I perceive something, which is a +2 instead of a +1?
You can perceive places to put in codes, but if it's an unusual place, you won't. Okay. There's simply nowhere to put a code in this room.
And then Doug
Mm.
The
shrugs.
phone-
He goes, "This is
the phone maybe?
yours."
I'd say
It can be.
Milo would consider doing the phone. But is there anything on the phone, like labeling wise, or like anything like that, that indicates if it is a standard number, or like some phones?
It's actually, when you look at it, it's an old rotary phone, but the numbers are in the wrong order.
Gotcha. We have some books. We have a rotary phone with the wrong numbers, or at least numbers in the wrong places.
Probably a code. We need to like a cipher.
Um, with those two things in his head, looking back over the date book and calendar, do either of those look any different now?
Uh,
Like numbers
No,
in
but
wrong
you do-
places and stuff like that.
Ron, you are going through the date book, and it's actually like not a year's worth of dates. It's like a history book. So
Mhm.
there's like, this happened in 1949. This happened in 1917. And make me an investigation or intelligence check, whichever you prefer, Ron. This is the be punished for not having a wizard game. That's what's happening. You notice that there are nine like uh victories in like throughout the dates, and each of them ends with a different digit. So like one is XXX1, XXX2, XXX3. By the time that Milo comes across to look in the date book. And Duck, your exploration of the books is that there are 9 with punny number names, and they are like each a different digit.
If Ron shows Milo like the date book thing, Milo would then take that and kind of in the order they appeared would start typing that into the rotary.
When you put the 9th number in, are you picking up the phone?
Yeah.
Hello, are you? Do you need your hint now?
Oh, no, not yet. We were just thought this was a thing.
Oh, maybe it is.
Oh, wait, if it is a thing, then yes.
Your hint is that the phone is not a thing.
Gotcha.
Cool.
I mean, the phone is a thing, but it's not a thing for what you tried to do with it.
Great.
All right.
Thanks,
Milo
Ben.
hangs up the phone. All right, that was nothing. The numbers that were on the books, is there a way to arrange them in the same way that they appeared in the date book? If they're odd numbers, or do the odd numbers not match?
The 3 different sets of digits in a different order are all different because Duck, while while that interaction is happening, you're looking across the bookshelf and learning that, and you actually go to reach for one of them and realize that it's like stuck in place and you can't move it. So you put all the books back so you can read it like kind of in order of a 9-digit digit code.
Okay. So we have 2 9-digit codes that do not go into the phone.
3 including the phone numbers. The numbers on the phone are.
Yep,
They
3 including those.
Are there any like rotary locks that are 3? Are there any rotary locks?
Well, you haven't checked the back room, but there's no locks in this room.
Okay. Yeah, then Milo would move on to the back room if they seem to be kind of fun. And the escape room logic of if you're getting stuck, move.
The back room is pitch dark, and you reach for the light switch that you can kind of see in the light from the other room, and it doesn't work. It just flicks.
Or a flashlight in
Impotently.
the.
Nope. Zeph, what have you been doing this whole time?
Zephyr has been trying to see if there's anything on the pool table that looks suspicious.
Nope.
Or
Well, it
Just set
was-
up for 9-ball.
For 9-ball and 9 digits. I don't know how to connect those two.
hmm
I can't see back
It's-
here.
Oh, I can. Oh no, I can't see
The
either.
hardest part of an escape room. The first clue.
Wait, hold on. Don't I have a fucking light spell?
So this opens up a fun question. In a world where magic exists, how does that interface with escape rooms?
They probably just have
Good
like
question.
probably have escape rooms cast detect magic.
We'll find out when one of you tries to cast a spell.
See, I have moonlight beckons, but I don't
That's
want
not
to. I have
good.
to hit somebody. I can't just hit a
You
thing.
just have to. Yeah, you just cantrip
Just,
somebody in the face.
just on the camera. Just, I see this Milo get domed by a cantrip.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't really want to do that.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna throw enhanceability on Milo. Intelligence.
When you go to cast a spell, you realize that you're in a anti-magic
Damn
field
it.
and can't cast a spell.
Okay. So going
But
back
also-
to the
You do all have phones which have torches on them. Like,
But yeah,
oh yeah,
it's
that's true.
2025.
That is true.
Yeah, but that's
I don't
kind of
think that is-
going against the spirit of escape room. You know, when you pull out your phone.
Run's really going to
Yeah.
get into the spirit and the honor of escape rooms.
If there is there an obvious way to get light in this room? And I guess not obvious, but like is there like feeling around close to like the doorway? Is there like any other like hidden switches maybe?
No, but the light switch is really obvious. Like, it is the light from the other room is directing you to that switch. So anyone that's done an escape room before would be like, well, this switch is the way to get light. You just have to do something to activate this switch.
I wonder if there are any like magnets in any of the pool balls. They do magnet shit in like escape rooms, right? Like you gotta wave
Yeah.
the number. Like if we match like the ball number to like the books, then maybe they'll get like stuck or something. Is that dumb?
Hey, no dumb questions.
Duck starts checking for the pool ball magnets.
I had
Milo
the
will go
idea,
back.
I just couldn't figure out how
Okay.
to connect them.
Milo would go back to the phone because technically the hint was this is a thing, but not what you're using it for. So Milo is going to be like examining the phone, picking it up and fully examining the phone
Sure.
to see if there's anything.
There's no magnets in the pool balls. They seem to be completely normal to your feel pool balls. Make me an investigation check on the phone.
Noise.
The only thing unusual about the phone is the 9 digits being in the wrong order.
So it's just used as like a clue for a code. Okay.
Yes.
Anything with the desk, like under the desk on the sides, any doors that can be opened.
I'll use the same investigation check. There is a little you can feel little bumps underneath the table. But you're not quite sure what they are, you can make an intelligence check. Or ask somebody else. Somebody else might know.
Milo will ask out to the room if anyone knows. Like, hey, there's some like indentions or something underneath the desk, while he's trying to also figure out what they are.
Like not numbers or letters, but just like
Ron, you're old enough. Well, I don't know why age was a thing that I decided was what was going to
Code?
do this, but Ron, it's Braille.
anybody know Braille?
Milo, no Braille. Put 21.
Yeah, you know that it's Braille. You don't know how to read Braille
Yeah.
because none of you picked that as your language. There is a book, Duck, that you remember
Braille
seeing.
for dummies.
That's called I Don't Know How to Read, but it's got I as in EYE.
Wait, there's a book about this, maybe.
Let's get it.
Flip
Sure.
it open.
You open it, and there is like Braille for dummies, basically. And I will say, with your 21, you quite quickly decipher that the word. It's just a repetition of the word pots
Pots.
9 times.
All right. Is there any pots in this room?
Everybody can make me an intelligence check at this point.
Is it pockets? Is there... Is it the pool ball pockets?
I'm rolling so mid today.
Hey,
I'm either getting
we've
twos or
already
18s.
surpassed the nat 1 threshold that I set earlier.
Hey.
Run, you put a ball in pool. And with your 20, it occurs to you that maybe the way you input the code is by dropping
Roll
the
the
balls
balls.
in the pockets in that order.
Okay. I'll try it. I guess in the same pocket. I don't know if that matters.
Yeah, we got
Uh,
3 codes.
As soon as you start putting in one of the codes, which code would you
The-
like to put in? The phone code,
date.
sure. The date one, you put in the first ball, and it like lights up with a red like incorrect sound.
I guess
Try
I'll
the
do
phone one.
phone.
The phone one you go through normally, and each ball you drop dings, and the ball is like removed from the table. And as the final ball drops, you kind of hear the sound of crackling electricity coming from the back room, and then the balls like are pushed up through this hidden panel in the table to reappear.
Milo will begin to head back towards the back room to try the light switch, but as he does so, should we try to put in the last code
Yeah,
just to see if it does
I'm
anything?
I was just thinking. I'm gonna do the last code.
Yes, that one. That one, as you do it, they ding and they all go through correctly. The book one in order, and then the books. Duck, you're kind of still looking at the books, and one of them that had like a gem on its spine, the gem pops out.
I got a thing. I got another thing.
Oh, okay. We need 4 of those. That goes in the door.
Gotcha.
And as you're walking past the phone, you notice that like a small hidden compartment has opened up, and there's a gem from the phone as well that you can.
Yeah, Milo will grab that and kind of like, assuming of everyone here, Duck will catch it. We'll throw it to Duck.
Make a sleight of hand check to catch.
Oh man, this goes
Still
flying through a
catch it,
window.
It just doesn't look good. It just doesn't look good. It looks like you go to slap it out of the air to start with. Then you're like, nope, you gotta catch it.
Just
When you
so
turn
many
the light
twos.
on in the back room, when you turn the light on in the back room, you see a bunch of newspaper clippings that are hung up about different battles that you can tell correlates to the victories in the date book to give you the order for that code.
Ron, you're old. How do you read newspapers?
Look through the newspaper.
Well, that's mean. I'll read the newspapers. Jeez.
I would have done
Sure,
it.
you can quickly cross-reference the third code, and as you put that in, the calendar opens up, and a third gem falls out, and then the balls reappear once again in their racked up order.
Okay, so that's 3 of the gems.
I'll
Aside from
try-
newspaper clippings.
I'll try the date
No, go
thing
ahead.
again. Maybe we did it.
Well, you just worked out the date thing
Yep.
with the newspaper. I just
Oh.
let
Did
you
it?
know
Yeah.
Mhm.
quickly.
The only thing that's not been a thing so far is the calendar, right?
No, we just hit the calendar.
No, you
Well,
did the
the-
date book. The,
the date
calendar
book.
exists as well.
Oh, I thought you said the calendar just opened up. Was that a miss?
Oh, the calendar did open up for the gem.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything in this back room aside from the clippings? Like the most standout thing?
Make an investigation check. There's a lot of amongst the newspaper clippings. Almost every one of them has a secondary newspaper article about things that are like the natural order or like predetermined things or like patterns, like commonly occurring patterns and stuff. But nothing jumps out at you as an answer to what could be the immediate like last code you need.
Reoccurring patterns, things like that. Milo will kind of call that out of like there's a whole bunch of other clippings. They talk about like natural orders of things, like current sequence occurrences, like so is there any maybe like books, any other books that have anything to do with that?
Could the last code literally just be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Would that
Yeah,
be
you could try it.
crazy?
Could try it.
As you try it,
Doubt.
those numbers do work to get you the fourth gem. And instead of just the balls coming back up in the middle of the table, a gem appears.
Nice. All right. We have the 4. I was about to ask, did Teddy come along to this, or did they stay out because of like a? Okay.
Assume that Teddy came with you.
Okay.
I'm gonna be so real. I feel like can we just try 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe is the one that Teddy solved, not Duck. And I'm happy to sacrifice that.
I think that Teddy got too caught up in something way too complicated that was unrelated.
Okay.
That sounds more like Teddy's lack of intelligence showing.
Okay.
Yeah,
As you put the gems in, the door unlocks, and there's a really pitiful like confetti burst fanfare, like with a horn that doesn't have enough juice left in it, an air horn that's just doesn't have it left, and you hear a voice go, "Congratulations! You solved the escape room. Oh, sorry, you escaped the room."
Yeah. There were some good puzzles in there. Duck says, lying.
Well, hold on. Make a deception check. Vendredonk's canonically very insightful. Because, oh, thank you. I actually designed this room myself.
Of course.
What was our What was our time? I guess.
Oh, you did it in 34 minutes. Pretty good.
I'll take that.
Yeah. Okay.
The record is 3 minutes.
You say
Escape
3.
room. Yes, he did.
Yeah, where did we lose time when compared to the other teams?
Just like all of
Every
it.
minute you took after the 3rd minute.
This is not going to be a helpful conversation. Thank you. That was fun.
Yep.
Hey, I don't suppose I could get your number, he says to Zeph.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. Please just shuffle out the door.
You all leave.
Also, Ron, you're not that old. I was just busting your balls. So,
No, that's not what you really think. I appreciate you.
if I really thought that, I would have asked your opinion on the rotary phone.
I was a little confused as to why you didn't actually.
That felt like too low of a blow. And I'm short.
Wait,
As you leave, you all look back up to see that the name of the you see the name of the escape room chain was Escape from the Bronx, and it's br.onks.
Of
Ugh.
course. Of course.
But you did it.
Man,
Congratulations.
We did
You
an escape room.
did an escape room. That I think was quite a good series of puzzles for coming up with it on the spot.
It was
Yeah.
We cut to later that evening. A dark room in a slightly furnished but not completely furnished yet apartment. Smoke and the smell of herbs permeates through the air. As we see Zephyr, you're doing a ritual. Presumably to cast your new spell.
Oh. Yep. Sorry. I was like, what? Yes.
As your eyes close, your body becomes limp and weightless as your astral form coalesces, bright and white. What animal are you finding?
I am finding a hawk.
We see a land where all the land is tinged in this white, radiant kind of energy. You walk as if floating above the surface of grass that has green stalks ending in white seeds. In front of you, you see yourself, but smaller, much smaller, almost as if the distance is getting further and further away until the version of yourself is no bigger than a field mouse in this field of white celestial flowers. And then you hear the screeching of a bird of prey, and for a moment you look up and its wings are huge and terrifying before you realize that it is a hawk. Describe your celestial hawk.
I think this hawk is. You can definitely tell that it is not just a hawk found in the world because it is not brown, but it is. Um, I think has it has like a black, not undercoat but base coloring on the top of the feathers, but it otherwise has streaks and sparkles of blue and cream and a little bit of yellow and white in there as well. And a very beautiful but definitely non-earth uh pattern. And it has eyes that are not the normal gold brown of hawks, but Bright, bright white.
And as you look up at it, it catches sight of the smaller version of you, its prey, and it dives. And as it dives, it sheds feathers that fade to white and then twinkle into starlight. And as it grips you, you awaken. As it grips the smaller version of you, you awaken, feeling its celestial talons pinch the skin of your arm as you look down onto your arm, where a hawk now rests, blinking slowly. The smell of an iron of a prey recently devoured on its beak.
Need to think of a name for you. Maybe we'll discover it together.
Well, I have a name already. It responds telepathically. But if you wish to rename me, I suppose that is your right.
No, please, what is your name?
Well, now I have to name him, and I regret that choice. Uh, he says, telepathically. Actually, he just telepathically blasts into your head the image of a monsoon. And then says, I believe in your tongue it would be monsoon.
Powerful name.
Well, I am a powerful bird of prey. We shall be tethered together, it seems, by the pact of your magic.
For as long as you wish.
It nods, a very noble looking nod, before catching sight of your cat across the room, and immediately you feel it tensing as if to dive at your cat.
No. Luna is a friend. Please do not try to eat my cat.
I suppose I am bound to follow your orders, but a tasty morsel this Luna looks.
She's not a small cat.
Yeah, it's a hawk.
That's true.
It's a celestial hawk. It does not
That's
have
true.
threats. But it lifts. It basically jumps and then glides the whole distance to Luna without moving its wings,
Mhm.
and stops in front of her,
Touch noses.
and will yeah. There is a moment of respect between the cat and the hawk, and then the hawk returns to you. But yes, you have a familiar. It's celestial for, obvious reasons.
hmm
The next day rolls around, and you all find yourselves in Zephyr's new apartment and overflowing onto the roof of said apartment. Your whole team is there. Also, Mia, of course. Many of the members of Zephyr's family, who you've all met at the restaurant on occasion. A few other college-age people. And the party is in full swing. Zephyr, you are who are you mingling with the most? As once you've greeted everybody, what are you doing at your party?
Probably mainly with my college friends most, since it's been a bit since we've all had a chance to get together with everyone having jobs and stuff like that.
Who's the most awkward of your college friends?
Peter.
Peter, after about 15 minutes of you guys hanging out and catching up, is like, did you hear what happened to Elliot?
That we broke up?
No, not that. Somebody absolutely fucking totaled his car. Like there was a fish inside the like ventilation and the lining. Somebody like puts like deep like sharp cuts into the windscreen wipers, so as soon as it rained, it like ripped the windscreen. Like so much stuff to this car.
Had not heard that. No. That's wow. It wasn't me,
No, of course
but
not. Nobody would think it would be you.
that's crazy. Somebody went crazy on that car then. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
care. Ha. Tucks to be Elliot.
And then
Wow.
he met someone and she like stole his wallet and all his credit cards. Like he's
Oh,
having a really bad run of time.
not
I mean, he
my
deserves it.
problem
He deserves
anymore.
it. But like bad stuff's happening. Maybe you got out at the right time. Maybe he's cursed.
Something like that.
Meanwhile,
thanks for letting me know, Peter.
nearby, Milo, you did overhear most of that.
Just taking slow drinks.
Hey, I
I
have a
think-
-3 to perception. I don't see you
Yeah,
doing
you're
that. I
never
don't
gonna
see that
notice.
at all.
But I think Mia and you are having a drink close enough to be hearing that. Because even though Mia is one of your college friends as well.
Yeah, I've
Uh,
been living with her, so it's like I
but-
see her all the time.
But you and Mia are just like sharing a look at this description of what happened. And Mia's like, was the wallet stealing part of something?
Not me. Teddy had something going on. Maybe that's part of it.
Okay. So like you guys are not afraid to just commit felonies.
I think Milo goes to say something, his mouth closes, and he kind of just like. I just gets a truck.
No, I like it. I mean, Zeph deserves that kind of protection, so all good with me. Meanwhile, up on the roof, Ron, you have been you're in a conversation with Zeph's dad, Silas, who you've met a couple of times. And he's like, what's it like to be, you know, becoming a famous athlete? I saw your ad. It aired immediately after you recorded it, apparently. That's a Jack thing.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome actually. I've made way more money in like the last 3 weeks than I had in like the last couple months. I mean, I guess it's not that much. I was making before. Feels a lot
But
better.
it's all up from here. Like you did very well. You had a little misstep, but I'm sure you'll recover.
Yeah, no, I almost went out. I thought about going out and buying a new car, but then I'm like, well, save. I'll buy something even better.
Mm. Yes, when you go to buy a car, I have we have a family friend who runs a dealership in Kiradale. You come, you go to them, they'll give you a good deal.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
get, you end up talking to a lot of the people that are there, and just like it's a very chill time in quite a nice apartment. An apartment that really, for Zeph to have gotten it on short notice, is like 7 or 8 times better than your apartment.
recalculating
You like have a
again how wealthy
You have a,
Zeph
like,
is
good-
really.
yeah. Did we say how much did we say your apartment was a month?
900.
Yeah, so this is probably in the realm of like 4,000 a month. Like,
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's buy a house at that point.
well, the only reason Zeph doesn't buy a house is probably not knowing where she's gonna live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still so young.
I'm so young, and also I don't pay for this. Duck, you are mingling as well. Do you have a preference of who to mingle with? Family, or the college friends, or the family? or the team, because your team's there too.
Duck, I think, is jumping around from group to group and is just trying to like get FaceTime and like like become familiar and like learn everyone's names.
Sure. Did everybody have? Did you give your team a +1, like for this?
Yeah.
Okay. Then Teddy or Ron brought Frank, and the other one didn't have a +1.
One of them brought Frank.
One of them brought Frank. Milo, do you have a +1 to bring?
Nah, not really.
And Duck, do you have a +1 to bring?
No, Duck is also probably going to leave early to go rewatch some X-Crawl matches to prep for the next weekend game.
Okay. Sure. You get to know everybody. You've met most of these people. It's only the college friends that you hadn't met before. They're all kind of like rich kids who just did the major that they wanted to do and didn't have like any worry about what the job would be after. But they do make Zeph seem comparatively quite down to earth. So, there's a point in the night. Actually, roll me a d20, Duck, to see if you have left by the time this happens. Just a 10 and down, you left early, like earlier than this. Well, there you go. Duck is not there for when Amalia breaks out a surprise Zeph baby photo book and
Hey.
is telling
Oh,
stories
Mom.
about how Zeph was like floating in the crib with the sorceress energy of the gods. Things like this. You get to all hear stories about Zeph as like a young, uncontrolled sorcerer. I'm gonna roll for how compelling Zeph's mum is at storytelling. Very compelling. So yeah, you all find a lot of new ammunition for making fun of Zeph if that is your one, except for Duck. And Mia is like calling out at the end of each story, like, tell the story about this, and is picking the most embarrassing stories for Zeph. Zeph, are you still drinking heavily in the breakup
No.
phase that you're in? No?
Not for my own housewarming party.
Okay. Duck, you go and you watch some stuff. And you get a message the same evening, because this is the day before you're gonna all drive up, from Diara. And Diara's like, you've already started watching stuff, and Diara says, hey, I'm watching some of the previous Chicago Crawl 3 events. If you were interested in watching them together, we could go over stuff. Otherwise, I'll just send you what I notice.
Yeah, that would be great. I've actually just started watching them. I'm posted up in the team bus right now, but I can go meet you wherever, or you can come here.
She's like, well, I want to see the team bus, because she hasn't seen it yet. You give her the directions, and you're like literally in an underground parking lot of the Periox, like Kiradale office. You can every so often hear a loud purr from Mira, who's still sleeping underneath the bus. And Diara shows up maybe 20 minutes later.
We're roommates now, me and Mira.
Sure.
Duck also cleared staying in the bus with Mira. He didn't just decide to do it.
Yeah, Mira is never going to say no, because it's like your bus, and she just drives it. So she was just like, yeah, okay. And she sleeps underneath in like a compartment in the luggage section that's like all set up for a cat. Diara comes and you watch some stuff together. You can give her advantage on her scouting roll, because she is better at it than you are. Uh, whoop, man, you picked a good coach. Just rolling a lot of nat 20s in here. Yeah, so it is combat heavy in that you go back like 4 years. You're into the 5th year and you haven't seen a room that isn't combat. But it also does have trap rooms with combat in them as well. And you kind of start to notice that. But one thing that you notice is that every second year, as so you're watching it, but at the same time you're like researching past stuff. This has been running for a while, and Diara like taps you on the shoulder and is like, look at this," and he shows you how every third year, the centerpiece room kind of changes. So like in groups of threes. So one of them is like a big monster. One of them is like a dangerous trap where you're dealing with like elementals, and then the other one is a horde room, and this year lines up with a horde room. So
Horde.
you are very
Got it.
confident that you will have to deal with a horde of like. And when I say horde rooms, I don't mean like there might be 10 things. It's like they pour out of the walls horde like stuff.
Oof.
So you really need
Yeah.
the ability to deal with like big AoE stuff.
Okay. So we're like, and this is sort of Duck is talking sort of out loud. We're usually a bit more effective on a single target. I don't know if we have a lot of great crowd control capabilities right now. It's going to be a really big Zeph thing. So we'll need to talk to the team about like how to manage that. Maybe there's something that Milo's got up his sleeve for like running like distraction, tactical bullshit. What are your thoughts?
Or you could I mean almost all of you can cast spells. You could go we could go through the catalog and buy some scrolls for you. Like
Oh yeah, that's a
like
great
some
idea.
scrolls. So like we can just do that now. If you have the team funds and stuff, we can just set that up because they like to make sure we get it done by Saturday. Just like one extra spell for each person.
Yeah, I think Zeph is managing our finances right now.
Sure.
How are we I know we have the spreadsheet and I know that quote unquote Zeph does the finances. Do we have like a bank account or do we have like what is what is sort of the meta there?
The way that it works is that your gold coupons essentially are like they exist as like a number kept by Xcrawl, and like when you go to spend them, like essentially it's checked against your Xcrawl balance of stuff. So if you wanted to spend 50,000 GP and you didn't have it when the like merchant went to put that payment through, it would be like no.
Okay.
But
like
you all
and
have
then
access to that because you all have
Yeah.
access to the
we all have the password was sort of like the question
Yeah.
I was asking. It's not like
Yeah.
a charge card that we have to like
Someone
cool.
has to have ownership of it. No.
It probably pings to Zephyr to like finalize the like payment.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can go through and buy it if you and I think because of the time crunch, this is happening Thursday night that you're like looking through this, you do have to make the call now on what scrolls to get. I think Duck and Diara, like you can send out messages, but they're all at a housewarming party, so whether or not they answer is not 100% sure.
Yeah. You do get like a FYI we're doing this thing ping. Don't worry about like we're not getting hacked.
Sure. So I think Diara God, I have to Jack now pick spells for like that Diara recommends. I guess probably Diara says for Zephyr like Burning Hands is pretty standard. Oh, you can cast third level spells now, right?
Fireball.
Yeah, she
a
like, "Let's get a fireball." Okay, we just get a
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
fireball. That's easy. And she's like, Duck, I know that Poodle is a great artist, but we need to not. We're getting caught up with the fireball song. Yeah, so Zeph will get a fireball scroll. Maybe a. What are your schools, Milo?
Illusion and necromancy are technically are the things he's able to cast as an arcane trickster, but they're both from the wizard list.
Uh, and Duck, can you make me an Arcana check?
Sure.
Okay, so if you have any spell ideas for other characters, you are free to put them in. Otherwise, Diara will pick for each of you because
Actually, I had a
she has
question
an idea.
about the scroll thing. So, like with the casting rules for the scrolls, would it technically be easier for Milo to cast a spell like Wither and Bloom since it's a level higher, but it's within his school and on the same list? Or would it be easier for him to cast something like Burning Hands, which is on his same level, on the same list, but he can't typically access it except for certain times as a trickster?
I'm going to say that you can only cast illusion and necromancy spells. I think is like
Okay.
from scrolls is how I'm going to run it.
Okay, so like Wither and Bloom.
Even though you could
Okay.
get it, yeah.
Mhm.
But I will.
I also have Wither and Bloom FYI too, Chris.
Okay.
But if you want to take it, it's good coverage. So good to have the double.
Also, these are going to be
Double.
like licensed spells, so you're going to get them every time. Why?
I see,
Why
I
do
see.
brain work? Why do brain fail work?
Thunderstep is a 3rd level spell. Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
No.
you can cast 2nd level, right, Chris?
Not until level 7.
Okay, not yet. So 1st level.
All right, for that you're like a quarter.
1st level
caster.
illusion or necromancy. There's going to
Yep.
be so little good in this.
There's
Yeah, that's why I had to like ask if we could reflavor Shadow Hands to be necromancy. I couldn't find anything.
No.
there's not gonna be
Very
there's
funny.
nothing
Yeah.
that's like AoE.
There's literally nothing good.
Yeah, because Wither and Bloom is 2nd level.
Take.
There's Ray of Sickness. It's a single creature though.
Yeah. I'm gonna say for the sake of this that Arms of Hadar is necromancy.
Makes sense.
So you can get that. I have imported it for you. Ron, if they send you a message being like any AoE spells you want a scroll for, Ron, no answer.
I mean, going by the paladin spell list, there is no AoE spell I can get.
That makes sense.
Is
Let
this
me have a look.
necromantic Arms of Hadar? That's not on Milo's list though, right?
No.
So it'd still be a little bit difficult to cast.
No, it is on your list. I don't want you to take it because it's very, very, very good, and it makes Arcane Trickster much better. So it's easy to cast. You can cast it for free, but just don't take it as a spell.
Okay, so it's a free, basically like a free once a day scroll thing, or for the sake
Once
of the
it
crawl.
crawl.
Can you do 2nd level spells now, Ron?
Yes. I
Okay,
mean,
I've
you
got a
could
bunch of
you
extra
could just
books.
look at my characters. Oh yeah, I guess if you look at other books. It's just
And I'll
not
come and
really.
take Thunderstep
It's
next time I
just
get a
not really
spell.
the
Yeah, it's not
paladin's
the.
thing. But you know what? I mean,
I mean, you don't need it if the others are getting better spells. Like,
well, and I'll still be soaking. Not doing
yeah.
anything in this scenario. What's
How
the
good
name
Sleet
of
Storm
the?
is too. I use it all the time at Baldur's Gate, and I just forget about it.
The name of what?
I found it. I was the one book that I.
And the potions we have are just actions, right?
The gummies are bonus actions,
Yeah, the potions are actions.
but the potions are actions.
The gummies are bonus actions that don't take effect until the next turn.
Yeah.
Potions are action affected on the same turn.
Well, since Diara is like saying we should get some scrolls, you will get a scroll of lance. Make sure that you. I'm adding it to your thing, but I'll. Gives you a good one-off ranged option, which is nice. And finally, Duck, do you have any warlock spells you would like a scroll of for AoE purposes?
Can you do third level spells? I forget
Often.
what your build is.
Yeah, I do get third. I do get third level. It's just I don't get a lot of spell slots, and I've generally held those for hex.
We'll just take Hunger of Hadar
Um,
if you're getting scrolls.
That's that's a good one.
Yeah,
That's an
pretty
AoE,
useful.
and it's just concentration, so that means it'll be more useful if you, as long as you can keep it up.
Sure, that sounds good to me.
I will add that for you then.
Unless you want to take like
Yeah,
Shatter,
so
you don't have to.
Somebody else already has
Shatter-
a shatter.
concentration.
Yeah, I
think
thought Zeph had the scroll of shatter.
I had, but I
Yeah.
used it.
Isn't it recharge?
But
You
I
just
could
get it back.
always.
you get it back every time. It's a license.
So you could just swap
You
that
pay
out.
the
to-
license.
No,
Yeah. So
let me-
what are
Let me.
where are you
update
documenting?
inventory.
Scrolls we're putting into the like winnings inventory right now.
Yeah, into the.
Sure, but like where Jack, like what have you listed so far? Because I haven't.
I'm putting it directly
Okay.
into character sheets. So you have a
Okay,
Hunger
gotcha.
of Hadar scroll, which is level 3 for your paying for it.
What are the
Milo-
prices?
It's 1,200 for each
Have to
level,
do
so
it
that
line by line.
36.
Okay.
So
Is Shatter third
36
level or second level?
for
Sorry.
second level,
Okay.
but you got Fireball.
Right.
So-
But I need to put that one back into my inventory because I forgot that it was a licensing, not just a once consumed.
So it's 36 for ducks, 36 for 36 for Zephs, and then 24 for runs, and 1,200 for Milo.
Wait, and Ron's was which one?
Lance. Right.
Lance. Just a spell called Lance.
Gotcha.
Pretty good spell.
It's just like one big magic missile.
One off
basically.
good javelin. Yeah. Yeah, so you and Diara go over this like pretty extensively, enough that like the thing that could have really got you was this horde room, and the fact that like Diara saw this pattern while scouting will make it significantly easier for you to be able to do that, to get through it. And then other than that, they're just like, there's not really a theme to it. It's just like various different combat encounters. It's very linear. They're normally just like you go through 6 rooms and they are combat, 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 combat. Final room, which will be the horde room. But yeah, you got a lot of good information from that. With +3.
Sometimes you just gotta do it.
Yeah. When you're on the bus up, the she kind of makes a moment to have with each of you and talks to Ron first, and it's like, how do you feel, Ron, about being like, instead of the captain that like Duck is, you being more like the combat tactician?
What do you mean?
You already do call outs like for people, telling them to like where to strike and stuff, with your various like battle maneuvers. But if you really lean into being a tactician, I think that there's maybe even more you could get out of it.
Okay.
Mechanically, if you're a tactician, you can use a mojo point to make your battle master die that you're using a D12. So you just like pump up your thing with the mojo point. And
Yeah.
I'll let you take 1 extra maneuver.
Okay. Well, yeah. In that case, I'll take whatever the one is that makes them.
Commanding strike. Yeah, it still expends the use of your battle master die, but you can spend a mojo to like maximize the die that you roll with it. And she kind of goes around to everybody, and Zeph in particular. Maddie, you and I can talk about this off, because I don't know what role necessarily makes sense for you, but I think that I want everybody to have like a special use mojo point thing. Milo, you are the trap man, so you can like be conditioned to do that in particular, where I will let you spend a mojo point to make an esoteric intelligence roll with proficiency to just be like, do I understand this thing about the situation we're in?
Okay.
And it's these are the only times you can use a mojo point yourself, where you're like, I am doing it to do my role. But Zeph, I think we'll work out what the blaster one does, because I don't want to make it too strong. And I need to find out what the tank one does for Teddy. Maybe a mojo point redirect makes sense. But yes, you're driving back up to Chicago. It's like a somewhat familiar drive now, as Mira is chatting away to somebody at the front. The way that this crawl works is that there's no allotment for breaks. They are running 24 teams. Each team has 15 minutes, because they're trying to squeeze it all into one day. And I mean, crawls really only take a couple of minutes ever. And you're expected to be there at 8:30 in the morning the next day in Chicago to do the drawing.
Okay.
Does anybody have anything they want to talk about on the bus ride up?
Do we notice now that Duck has been sleeping in the bus?
Mm-hmm.
There's signs.
Duck, how roll a stealth check?
Oh no.
I was like, wait, there's a mechanism for this. Mechanically, there's a mechanism. Ooh, okay, everybody roll a perception check. Maddie, you don't even have to worry about it.
I'm doing it anyway, Jack,
Oh.
because it might be good. It's not good.
None of us notice.
Yeah, I rolled pretty
Wait,
decent, but
hold
not
on.
that good.
Hold
Teddy
on.
in there.
There's
Get Teddy in
one
there.
more person left.
Nope.
Nah, I thought that was going to be a 19. Yeah, Duck, you do a really good job. Nobody notices. Like you, because you're keeping your space clean. Like you each have assigned beds for if you do sleep here anyway. So like nobody's going into your like bed alcove. I mean, the problem with your plane falls down when about halfway up, where you're like at a rest stop, you're getting onto the bus, and Mira says quite loudly, "Is the bed all right for you to be sleeping there every day?"
What?
Hey, huh? Yeah, it's a pretty comfy bed. I've been fine.
Is that said
Are
like
you
in
sure?
full earshot of everybody?
Yeah, Mira's a tabaxi who does not think about the fact that maybe people have secrets that they want to keep.
We're only sleeping here one night.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Yeah, but Duck's been like sleeping here and then like pans across. We see Mira turn to Duck and be like, "Oh no," and then continue to say, "For the last 3 nights."
Yeah, it's just been easier.
Like, do
Dude,
you like not
why?
have a home or?
No, I mean it's like an annoying commute to get like up to Kiradale from my parents' house. We got the nice bed, so just to like make sure that we're able to like keep on top of trainings. I'm thinking of it like camp. You know, have you ever been to like
Do you,
sometimes you go to the
I
summer
have a
sports
spare
camps.
room. Do you want to stay with
Oh,
me?
Hold on. We made $5,000 last month.
I'm a teenager.
Uh-huh. Yeah. You're a teenager with money. You could rent an apartment.
Even I would say is that just offered to let you stay with her? I mean,
Oh, I've got a
I,
couch.
hell, I
you
mean,
want
Well,
me
like
to sleep on the
I
bus?
don't
This
want
might
to.
be
I don't
more
want to. No,
comfortable
it's
than my couch. I'm
Duck,
not gonna
you're
lie.
gonna stay in my apartment, okay? I'm gonna get you keys. Don't.
like okay.
You don't have to stay on
I
the bus.
appreciate it. Yeah, it's just easier.
It's
No, but
not.
I appreciate the offer. Uh, and
Also,
however
hold
much you want
on.
me to, yeah.
Mira, do you live on this bus too? I thought you just did that like while we were driving.
I have a house. It's just not in Kiradale. But like did you want to see where I sleep? And like she opens it up and it is like the most perfect spot for a cat. It's like dark and quiet and there's like layered blankets all over and there's like a little light and you can see like several books on like bus maintenance that she's like been ironically dog-earing. And like just it's just the most perfect cat space. And she's like but no, I live in a state that Jack's not willing to commit to yet. Arkansas. She lives in Arkansas. That's where she's from.
Is this like a full...
Anyway, the beds are good. The beds are like great.
team captain
just
has been
'cause-
home. Our team captain has been homeless for 3 days. What?
It's not
Not
homeless if you're not
homeless.
living in your home, Mira says.
Yeah.
That would say I'm homeless.
Also, they've been on a bus.
All right, that
I
Okay. Oh, glamping. Our team captain's been glamping for 3 days.
Yeah, exactly.
glamping's cool. Glamping's cool nowadays.
all right.
It's
let's
great.
go.
Maybe we could all like we can all hang out.
With
Okay,
with
another
that
time we can
comedic
do that.
interlude finished.
The team
Uh,
house becomes the bus. We all live on the bus.
Eventually, we'll get an
No.
airship.
Eventually, you're gonna get a blimp,
Yeah.
like a blimp that carries your house around.
Perhaps.
With the bus in the garage. You arrive in Chicago. Zephyr, you have presumably booked a hotel for the night before, like you did last time.
Yep.
It's cheaper than the last time you booked a hotel up here, although I think Hank booked it for Joliet Jailbreak. But it's pretty cheap. This is not as well attended a crawl. It is for one night for 5 of you because Diara pays for herself. It's not part of her contract with you that you pay for her. It is let's say 100 each, so 500, just in a little, not a particularly nice hotel, just like a 3.5 star. It has a nice bed. It has a gym that you can all use. It has pool access. For when you inevitably roll to go first yet again in this crawl. And what I want before we get started is everybody to roll me a D100.
Nat 1, let's go.
Some of us were quite
Wow.
low.
Bang.
Sorry, I was doing.
Maybe that's
An
good
8 and a
here.
4. Maybe.
No.
Wow, 4.
I thought that was
If we
you
were
rolled
playing,
really very specific brackets.
If we were playing Call of Cthulhu,
Wow.
me and Chris would have rolled amazing.
Yeah. And Chris and I probably
This is
not.
for Teddy.
Oh,
So you get to the morning of the crawl. It's in a like basically a lot of the stadiums that would exist in the world are like expanded outwards and are like to big like blocky square things so that they can fit more stuff in there. This one, as you roll up in your bus, has like just a place where the teams get dropped off, and then you just walk straight into where they're doing the drawing. There's like people at the door, but as long as you show your team credentials, which you have been sent, you walk in. And as you walk in, you notice a couple of teams that you have met before. Tom's team is here. They're kind of standing off in the distance, keeping to themselves. And surprisingly, given that the roll was so low, Duck, you see Grace's team, the Mountaineers.
Yo! Hey!
She like turns and she does that thing where somebody has like a resting, like uninterested face until they see someone that they like, and she immediately like lights up and beams and like waves and like is bouncing over to you with a lot of energy. And she was like, "Oh, I was gonna tell you that we were coming here, but like I didn't know if you were gonna do this one, and I didn't want to like I didn't really want to compete against you. We're trying to do some of the smaller events so that we can rack up some points for the pin drop.
Uh-huh.
But it's so good
Yeah.
to see you.
It's so good to see you. And honestly, I think getting to compete against like people I like is like great, right? Like, because that's part of the love of the sport. We weren't originally going to do this one, but I took your advice and prioritized getting a scout in addition to a coach. And they were like,
Oh, nice.
yeah, this is like a great sort of fit for like the type of skills that our team has.
It is. You're so good at just bonking things. And she like
Yeah,
finds
that's the
things and
baseball bat.
she smiles and like gives a little wave to the rest of your team. You have in very brief passing met Grace as Duck and her prom king and queened around a previous party.
We rolled nat 20s at each other.
Yep. And she's like, "It's so good to see all of you again." And you're all pretty charismatic. Grace is charismatic on a different level. Grace is charismatic in that way of like a Disney child that goes on to become Sabrina Carpenter kind of charismatic.
Like,
It's
how are
really
y'all
specific.
feeling?
Yeah.
And Duck does go off and goes and socializes with her for a bit.
Yeah. But yeah, so you know a couple of teams. You probably know 2 or 3 other ones, but not just in passing. But it looks like there's going to be some stiff competition for this. The draw comes out unusually, actually, from your experience with X-Crawl. The dungeon judge comes over and introduces herself to you. She's a quite tall, human-ish looking woman. She has bright pink dyed hair, and it is done in like a braid that like falls to her mid back, and she's wearing quite a fancy looking like jumpsuit. So she's got a blazer on, but it's a very like gold trimmed blazer. And she walks over and she says, "I was so excited to hear that the Horizon Seekers were going to do Chicago Crawl 3 this year. It's a really good fit for you, your team, and I really hope that your brand of showmanship shines through."
Duck is off with Grace
Yeah,
currently.
that's great. You had a separate conversation with this woman already, and like, actually, can you roll me a separate persuasion check just to see how much you can have advantage because Grace is there? How well you came off to this woman? Yeah, pretty good. You and Grace acquitted yourself well in front of this woman who you know to be named Amelia. She doesn't give you her second name. She kind of looks at the 4 of you and Diara, who have kind of silently nodded or
was
waved back. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I was just gonna say like we're looking forward to seeing your work.
Oh,
Indeed.
thank you. I hope that you enjoy it. It's a lot of combat, but I think it will be a good experience for the viewers and hopefully for all of the crawlers. Nothing too horrific. No, and she looks directly at Ron and says, "Nothing that's going to petrify you in this one."
What about
Good.
spiders? Any spiders?
She laughs and says, "Nah, that would be telling, but no, there's no spiders."
Milo will just make like a motion of like.
Oh, but
She
to redeem
laughs.
ourselves a little bit in this one.
She's got a very melodic laugh. She goes, "Oh, there's no redemption necessary. No team wins every crawl, and if it did, it would be uninteresting. So, good luck with everything. I'm excited to see if you draw the first place again. What is this? 3 times in a row you've drawn first?"
Yeah.
4th time's the charm.
She smiles and gives Zeph. She gives you a little wink and says, "It certainly is." And we'll continue. She kind of like sweeps away. But it's unusual for you to have met a dungeon judge so far that's like kind of got a persona. So that's a bit new for you. I will get your captain, Duck, to roll a d24
Duck, don't do it to us. Come on.
It's not gonna be a 1 again.
No,
We're
it
done.
has to be.
Oh my
it has
god,
to be
it almost
Milo.
was.
No, that was a
It
7.
was
That's
so
a 7.
close. Okay, that's fine. Uh, Just seeing if either of the two important teams go before you. Nope. So you have pulled 6th. You're going to be going out in about an hour and a half, so 10:30. And you are led, as always, to your like green room area. There's no rule against your coach being with you for this, so Diara comes down and begins to like chat with all of you in your pre-game stuff. And I think half an hour to go in the session, unless you guys want to have a conversation with each other, that is where we will leave this week's session.
Yeah.
As you're about to walk into the Chicago Crawl 3. Also, there is a Chicago Crawl 2 and a Chicago Crawl 1 every year. They're just different divisions. Like, this is the Division D one. But actually, what I want you to do in advance is, Duck, can you roll your the grandstanding check for the team to see what your
Yeah.
mojo is set at? You start with 2 mojo plus 1 because I think you always start with 1 from something that I gave you forever ago. So you'll start with 3. And we will be back, I think. Let me check our absences channel. What is the date? So yes, we will be back next week. I believe everybody will be here, and you will just either get obliterated or obliterate this troll because it is fast either way for your team with the just being fights all the way down.
Hey.
So join us next week.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's do it.